guess 6. How do God communicate with us? That is also a very good question. Spirit is a knowing element. The knowing element has multiple layers. Once you know something greater, the ultimate forms of the divine being, or what we call God, is supposed to we're supposed to imagine that these divine beings are more superior. They are more knowledgeable, and they know the universal law, and some of them even invented this universal law. And how do spirit communicate? Spirit and the spirit communicate with the spiritual language, not English, not Indian language, not Thai language, no Chinese language, the language of intentions. So if you can communicate with God, or God communicate with you, those souls must be like a earth station. It's not like everyone can communicate with God. Everyone can send signal to God, yes, but you have to understand how strong is your signal, and what determines the strength of your soul or the communications. We understand that it is the pure power. Once you are pure is mean that your beaming energy has no contaminations, or it must be very, very pure. What does contamination mean? Contamination means a lot of wanting, a lot of despair, a lot of things that you want to ask from God. These are the contaminations that keep your soul, keep your beam clouded by your own wanting. That is why a lot of us cannot communicate with the divine. But that is also one of the evidence that we always see from time to time. There will be a person of the great energy come down to earth, and then they can communicate directly to the divine, because they were born to do some certain thing, and these people were called prophet. So for example, our PDJ group, we also have the Grandmaster as our prophet. So that is why once we were commanded to build the sanctuary in certain country, we have to go. We are not the one that chose. The divine is the one that chose. So, and how do you know that? We know that because once we go there, there are people that already plan to do to give us land. They look like coincidence that a lot of time when we walk, everything goes so smooth. This is how we work with the earth station. If you imagine that the divine power is the universe station, it has to have a strong earth station to communicate, to send the message, to guide us, to be able to guide us to walk in the path that human cannot think, because human see things too narrow, too small. So these pure power, normally when they come down as a prophet, they don't have a personal issue in their lives. They don't stuck to love. They don't stuck to hatred. They don't they become pure. They see human as their objective, the humanity as their objective. They see spirit as an objective. What is spirit to God's eye anyway? Spirit is the seed of enlightenance. So every time this prophet comes in every era of earth, once we are ready to know something, the new knowledge from the universe will be downloaded into the earth, and you are ready for the next kind of universal knowledge. It is not possible to teach, for example, a few, a 100,000 years ago, when we are very barbaric, we are cannibal, we eat one another, for example. At those days, you cannot send Jesus to die on the cross to show love. They don't, at that time, soul do not understand the levels of love. We are just like an animals, right? Once we migrated and we learn through times, you will see that through times there are civilizations to teach us the management skill. For example, the kingdom. The kingdom is like the Hinduist, like the Egyptian, like the Greek. They perform the structural management and sharing of resources to humanity. That is how the management of human or the kingdomhood appears on earth, right? Don't think that we stop there. We always migrate to a higher. Once we collect this knowledge of management, we move up. So religion, I think that it is too small to understand the universal knowledge. It is so big, and religion is just a stepping stone to embrace the soul to a certain level at the place of time in on earth, right? So you learn how to not killing one another, you learn how to love one another, you learn how to be a decent human life. So religion help us to move soul into a certain level and wait for the next one to come. So soul is upgrading itself. It is changing itself. It is an intelligent kind of seed that it correct its own error. So this is how the soul in the universe, once they are innate in the intelligent suit or intelligent shell, as a humanoid forms, or it might not be this form in other earth, but this is the only form that we rule the earth. This earth is human form. So with these kind of intelligent forms, we are able to teach our soul the intelligent ability and help us to grow and help us to become enlightened with intelligent skill. Intelligence is also a skill. It's not everyone born with intelligence, but you have an intelligent equipment innate within you. It's like you have an eye to read, you have a brain as a CPU or processor, you have a mouth to speak, to communicate, you have an ear to accept the hearing input. So these human forms has ability to process all the input and process a good output. As I have been thinking about it, and I have been passed through all this knowledge, and that's why I am trying to convey this knowledge to you. So it is not that I know everything. I still need to know a lot of things from the universe. And every time that I study the spiritual knowledge, it is like you walk in the library that you want to read a lot of books, right? But you can only understand certain books. And after you make your life experience and truly understand what you know, then you learn how to improve yourself, and you do use those knowledge to improve our life and to be the teacher. So once you escalate yourself to be able to transfer your knowledge to other people, then all those knowledge can be what we call can be developed further by the other kind of knowledge exchanging. For example, I talk to you today. My knowledge is transferring to you, and a lot of you have a lot of knowledge back to me too. So this is what we can help us grow in a very, very intelligent way. And I hope that every one of you will listen to this channel and will take into an account. Don't believe me, but my teaching will be a stepping stone for you to think and to make your own research and to find your own spiritual path. I am not here to do the religious teaching, but I have my 12 years of experience in only research for spiritual knowledge. And I hope that my teaching will more or less will give you enlightenment. I bless you with success. Hi everyone. Thank you very much for coming to support my channel, Ongpor Spiritual Guide. For more than 10 years, I have been searching throughout the world for the spiritual knowledge. With my experience, I am trying to run this show to show you the evidence that we found and the analytical part that where and about of the spiritual knowledge. This is to give you the searching of your own spiritual path to gain your own enlightenment. If you like my channel, please subscribe, press like, and share it to your friends. And for those of you who want to create the great merit with us by building the sanctuary of PDJ or Palangkit Thamachakawan in the US, please follow this donation channel. I hope that every one of you who join me will have a good health, good luck, and prosperity. Anantajit.